Max Verstappen has not been happy at Red Bull this season. Despite some early wins and podiums, the reality is clear. As rival teams brought upgrades, Red Bull stagnated. Verstappen's 2 podiums in the last 8 races simply don't meet the incredibly high standards the team has set in recent years. But performance in Formula One comes and goes. That much he can accept. What Verstappen cannot accept is how Red Bull's performance compares to their so-called B team, the Racing Bulls. He didn't hold back, calling out his team and saying what happened in Zandvoort was completely unacceptable. In this video, we'll break down exactly what Verstappen had to say, whether he truly believes he'd be better off in a Racing Bull, and what Hajar revealed about his future at Bull Racing. So don't go anywhere. Hajar's maiden Formula One pole position may have carried a stroke of luck, but make no mistake, it was well and truly deserved. The third safety car of the race, triggered when Lando Norris's McLaren had to be recovered from the run down to turn 7, set up a frantic few laps for the final points. Amid the chaos, Hajar's calm and commanding drive stood out. Before lights out, Racing Bulls admitted it would be difficult for the rookie to hold onto 4th after his career best qualifying, but Hajar proved them wrong. He was flawless, holding off Leclerc in the first stint, briefly threatening Verstappen in the second, and confidently keeping both Mercedes behind him. He should have taken 4th, but Norris's retirement gifted him a podium, one he absolutely earned. That result not only cements his growing reputation, but also strengthens his case to become Verstappen's teammate next year, especially after yet another lackluster showing from Yuki Tsunoda. But we'll circle back to that later. What Hajar's performance really did was shine a glaring light on just how far Red Bull has slipped. Think back to 2023, when Verstappen and Red Bull won 23 of 24 races. That same year, Racing Bulls finished 8th in the Constructors, with just 25 points across 4 different drivers, 35 points fewer than the main team. Fast forward 18 months, and Racing Bulls already have 60 points in just 15 races. Only 154 behind Red Bull. The convergence between the two teams is shocking. Racing Bulls are meant to be the lesser outfit with fewer resources and staff. Yet while they've improved, Red Bull have declined. Something is seriously wrong at the World Champions, and Verstappen knows it. Of course, I'm happy to be on the podium, he admitted to Dutch broadcaster Viaplay. But in terms of speed, it wasn't good. The only reason I finished 3rd was qualifying. In terms of race pace, it just wasn't there. His frustration grew as he explained that despite being on softs, his fastest lap was still 0.65 seconds slower than Oscar Piastri's McLaren on hards. McLaren is on another level right now, Verstappen said. I don't even compare myself to them. And that's the real concern. Red Bull should be fighting McLaren, but instead, they're looking over their shoulders at Racing Bulls. Hajar shadowed Verstappen all race long, the gap never stretching beyond 3 seconds under green flag conditions. The whole race we were basically fighting our sister team on pure pace, Verstappen pointed out. That's just not good, but we know the problems are in our car. Now, on paper, Racing Bulls should never be able to challenge Red Bull. They share the same power unit, yes, and under the budget cap they spend roughly the same, but Formula One isn't that simple. Red Bull has a far superior factory, a much deeper pool of talent, and a world-class driver lineup with Verstappen leading the way. On top of that, Red Bull often cherry-picks the best from Racing Bulls, whether drivers or staff. The advantage should always be clear. Yet right now, that advantage has shrunk alarmingly. So much so that people are openly asking, would Verstappen actually be better off driving for Racing Bulls? Before we get into Verstappen's response to that question, if you're enjoying this video and want more top-level F1 news and analysis, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to F1 Reverse. Thanks a lot. Music heading into Monza. Verstappen sits 3rd in the World Championship, the closest challenger to the dominant McLarens. Yet whispers in the paddock suggest he might actually fare better in a Racing Bull. Aside from Norris and Piastri, Verstappen is the only driver this year with multiple race wins. He's also matched Norris with 4 poles and scored 6 podiums. But Fernando Alonso thinks Verstappen would be even stronger in Racing Bull's machinery. So much so that he'd actually be leading the title fight. Alonso has never been shy in praising Verstappen's talent, even suggesting that only Max is making the current Red Bull look competitive at all. Earlier this year, Verstappen himself predicted Racing Bulls would be faster. The theory goes that while the car is solid, only he can drag the Red Bull into front, running positions. But when asked at Monza if he'd consider swapping cars, Verstappen dismissed the idea outright. No, not really, no, he said firmly. I just have to focus on my own car and see how we can improve it. I wouldn't win races in that car either, it wouldn't be enough to beat McLaren. For now, Verstappen isn't interested. But what if Racing Bulls really did have the better package? Would he make the switch to chase the title? It's a fascinating question and one Red Bull themselves have reportedly discussed. But insiders say the team won't even consider putting Verstappen in a Racing Bull, fearing it would spark chaos across the paddock. They've worked hard to keep up the illusion that the two outfits operate independently. A Verstappen swap would destroy that narrative. Then again, that didn't stop them swapping Yuki Tsunoda and Liam Lawson earlier this season. The truth is, Red Bull's real future doesn't lie with Tsunoda, it lies with Isaac Hajar. Music earlier this season, Hajar was cautious, admitting he wasn't sure he was ready to step up alongside a four-time champion like Verstappen. And with good reason, every teammate Verstappen has had, from Ricciardo to Perez to Tsunoda, has seen their career derailed in his shadow. But after his podium in Zandvoort, the 20-year-old is now the clear favorite to take that second Red Bull seat in 2026. At the start of the year when the media asked if I felt ready for Red Bull, my answer was no. Hajar said during the Monza press sessions, but 2026 is different. It's a brand new car, a fresh start for everyone. That whole second seat curse won't be a thing anymore. It'll be about developing the car together, taking it in the right direction. That's interesting. Hajar is smart enough to recognize the danger of Verstappen's shadow, but he also sees the opportunity of a fresh regulatory era. A new car could reset the balance, making the second seat less of a poisoned chalice. Still, he revealed he hasn't had personal conversations with Helmut Marko or Laurent Mekies about a promotion yet. Me personally, I haven't had any conversations, he admitted. I expect them to start soon, but honestly, I'm not in a rush. His third-place finish at Zandvoort was a huge moment, not just for his career, but for Red Bull's decision. Making the question now is, do you think Isaac Hajar is ready to step up alongside Max Verstappen next season? Or should Red Bull let him grow longer with Racing Bulls before making the leap? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and until next time, drive safe, and bye for now. Max Verstappen has not been happy at Red Bull this season. And despite some early wins and podiums, the team has stagnated while rivals have surged ahead with upgrades, leaving him frustrated with just 2 podiums in the last 8 races, far below the high standards Red Bull has set in recent years. What truly angers Verstappen, however, is the comparison to Red Bull's so-called B team, the Racing Bulls, who have shown rapid progress and even shadowed him on pure pace in Zandvoort, leading him to call the situation completely unacceptable. While at the same time rookie Isaac Hajar stunned the paddock by converting his maiden pole into a deserved podium after fending off top drivers with composure, leaving fans to wonder if the young star is prepared to step into the seat alongside the most dominant driver of this generation, or if Red Bull should allow him more time to grow before facing the daunting challenge of partnering Verstappen.